This is Dungeon Not Included, the actual play podcast for the adventurous listener. You are listening to our game of Bulldogs, a sci-fi adventure RPG from Galileo Games. Brennan is your GM and host, Frank plays Sticky, Alex plays Graucom McGruff, and Red plays San Ming. Our theme music is by Seamus Ronan. On the last episode of Dungeon Not Included, the crew found themselves wanted in the Templar Empire, and luckily with the help of a couple of locals who are not fond of their Imperial overlords, they have managed to hack into the system and alter the wanted notices for them, and are now planning to cause a huge distraction and hopefully steal their own ship back from the authorities. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Now Captain San Ming, wanted for parking violations.
Wanted for parking violations.
We'll get
Just so you know, this was your idea, and if we end up having to pay a fine, you're paying it.
There's a crew pool.
My main point is that I'm not paying for it by myself just because I'm the quote-unquote captain.
As the only one who's not captain, I'm definitely not paying.
Okay. So you are going to try and sneak aboard one of the other ships, right, to cause a distraction?
Yeah, it was Graucom who's going to rig up a remote control for the ship.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So he's just going to get me on board so I can tinker.
All right. So you're going down to the dockyard. So where how are you going to try and get on board? Get Graucom on board. What's the actual actions that people are going to take to do that?
Well, if it's going to involve trying to sweet talk our way in, that's going to be anybody but me, because I don't really have any sort of charisma-ish stats to work with here. If we want to muscle our way in, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, that might cause...
No, these are the so we created a bunch of unmanned vessels, so I was doing this so that it was be full engineering to get in. And actually, I don't even know if you're physically
try and break into one that nobody's on board.
Exactly.
Well, no, but I didn't know if we had to get past anyone to get into the dock.
We already did that. That was
actually no. You're fine, because if you just walk in there like you look like you know where you're going.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought we still had another bit to do here. Okay. Then I'm just gonna walk on to the nearest ship.
Okay. You're gonna have to sort of pick the lock to get on board.
Engineer roll.
Yeah. And you don't get jury rig for this one.
No, I'm not doing. Yeah, just a straight up 3 on engineer.
Very nice. So you managed to get it unlocked, and it does take you a while. So you're messing around with it for some time.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it to be faster, less chance of people noticing you, you could always spend a fate token.
Yeah, sure. I got 2 of those. Let's do that.
Okay. So that makes it a 5, which means you managed to pick the lock pretty quickly.
Yep. So I pop it open, walk inside, and I'm looking for I'm basically going to the captain's chair, right? Because I gotta go up there and mess with their autopilots essentially to make it a remote.
Yeah.
I love it. I would love it if Graucom is just sitting in the captain's chair going, everyone gets to be a captain, but me? Maybe I should be captain.
No, Graucom does not want to be captain. He's very happy not being captain. That's too much responsibility for this dog. Graucom goes to the seat, climbs underneath, and starts popping panels until he sees something that looks familiar enough for him to start playing with.
Start messing with it. Okay,
Yep.
So let's do another engineering check. This one is for jury rigging, because
so I get +2 on this, right?
Yeah.
That's a 5.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So you're easily able to jury rig up a remote tied into the autopilot of the ship. It's all cross-wired and it looks ugly as hell, but if you just put the panel back on, it hides it.
Yep. That's the
But
plan.
if anybody looks in there, it's going to be obvious that it was tampered with.
It will be. Hopefully, we'll be long gone by then.
Yeah, you can't hide jury rigging. So.
No.
Okay.
So I walk F as if I'm supposed to be there and just keep going.
Yep. Okay. So you can meet back up with Sun Ming and Sticky over.
So I have the remote in my hand and I'm looking between the two of them. I got to give this to the captain. Which of you do I give this to?
Is this literally a remote control, as in it controls the ships like the joystick?
That's what I pictured. Yeah.
We'll give that to the pilot, which would be the captain.
The pilot would be the captain. I see. All right. Here you go, son.
Thank
Captain.
you.
All right. So how are you going to do this? Are you going to...
I think for the remote control, I'm just gonna like tape the stick down so that it crashes into the other ships and then fly our ship.
So you're just gonna do that after you've gotten back to your ship?
I'll start by piloting the remote control ship, causing the distraction. And once the distraction is on its way, we'll all head to the ship and take off.
Yeah, there's a couple of steps in between getting to the ship and taking off still, but that's fine.
Yeah, I love the vision of San just like, let me speak to your manager. I just need to pay this bill and get out. Furiously tapping at her device while flying ships around. Like you're like a soccer mom playing Candy Crush while she's complaining, but in reality, you're just destroying.
So do you want to do that? You want to remote pilot the ship after you've gotten over to where your ship is in impound?
No,
you want to do that now.
Yeah. But we would want to be within like running distance of the ship so that we could get on it.
Yeah, so it's a little ways away. I'm just confused as to what the plan is. So
all right, I think the confusion lay in how far away are we from our ship? How far away is this shipyard to our ship? Because I think what we are all trying to say is that we need to be near our ship enough to be able to get into it once the distraction starts. So if we start it now, we still have to book it across the city to our ship, as opposed to if we're in front and like out like a block away from our ship and we do it, it'll be a lot quicker for us to get in there while they're running the other direction.
Right, but you won't be able to really see what you're piloting at that point.
Do we need to see what we're piloting to cause the distraction?
No, probably not.
Right? All we have to do is tilt it and just smash into stuff. So I think I'm going to defer to the captains here, but I think we should basically be right outside the shipyard. I mean, right outside the impound.
I agree. I think that the to be perfectly honest, even if it means I control it, just because we don't want good piloting. We want timing. So I guess I get where Brennan is coming from. We want to start talking, saying when are we going to get our ship? And in the middle of that, we want them to rush us out because they've got an emergency to deal with. That's the goal.
Right.
In which case, that distraction should happen almost while we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And in that case, I don't mind mindlessly jerking on the controls.
Well, I just don't think that it's going to matter that much who's doing it.
To be perfectly honest, I thought the jury rig was going to unmanned probes go haywire. They're unmanned. They do whatever they're going to do. Not to actually fully remote control them into doing something intentional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Retcon? Or do we just deal with having a remote?
One way or another.
A remote, so you can.
We have a remote.
Do whatever you want with the remote. I mean, you can just sort of like make it go haywire with the remote. That's not a problem.
We're not asking for more skill when we originally said, "Oh, just haywire."
Right.
We can choose while looking directly at it, going, "Yeah, into a wall. That's fine."
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't see that being a problem then if that's what you're going to do. So I think there was just a little bit of confusion over where everybody was and where the ship was compared to where you were. So, all right. So you head over and you are about a block away from where your ship has been impounded. It's in a big hangar, a big ice hangar. There's a big gate around and fence around the area. And Templar soldiers are patrolling it. You spot about, I would say, half a dozen soldiers around. So are you just going to go up to the gate?
Yeah.
Following my captain.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, so you just walk right up to the gate, and the guard there calls you to halt and asks what your business is.
We're here to pick up our ship.
He says, really? I didn't think that this ship was being picked up.
Well, it is.
So do you want to make a rapport roll to
Yep.
talk to this guy?
Poor. Whoa, one.
One.
That sucks.
Well, we still have an uninvoked aspect from last time, and
it could be cover story.
Yeah, all right, I like it. Cover story.
Well, it doesn't look like I need it.
It depends on whether you want a great success or not, because I got a 0.
Yeah.
So
I think cover story is a good aspect still. But
yeah. Well, the distraction could actually give you a bonus if you wanted to do that now.
Yeah, I think that works. So that'd make it a 3 versus a 0.
So basically, Sticky, or you start messing with the remote, and a radio call comes in, and the guy is now talking on the radio. It's clear that someone's calling in a panic and distress, and he calls up 4 of the guards that are here and sends them running off towards the docking area. So there's just 2 guys left, and he turns around and he says, well, I'm looking up the impound notice now, and it says you're supposed to pay a fine.
How much?
500 credits.
Quartermaster? And I look at Sticky.
Right away, ma'am.
So you pay that off?
Yeah.
Okay. And he then sort of waves you through. He and the other guard are there conferring at the gate now while you guys walk up to your ship.
Mm-hmm. And I get ready for takeoff then.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we have any drop-off or did I ever get a drop-off destination for this suitcase that I've been carrying around? Good.
No. For the suitcase, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to go to somebody at Arsa Bar, Galactic Central Point. So.
All right. I still don't mention anything about it. I just shove it in my room.
Okay.
Okay. So pilot?
Yes. Make a piloting check.
That's 2.
2 is adequate because nobody's stopping you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you taxi
That's
it out
some
of the
adequate
hangar.
flying, son. Adequate.
Yes, exactly. You taxi it out of the hangar, take off, fly it out of the atmosphere, and you head off from this planet, heading back towards the border. So far, no one is in pursuit that you can tell.
I put up a sign at some point, maybe after like the first day or so of traveling, places we can never revisit.
There's a long list already.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you are heading along when in hyperspace when an alarm starts going off.
Captain, what is it?
It's an alarm. Check it out.
Yes, I know it's an alarm, but what's the alarm? Anyone know?
Oh man, check to make sure they didn't put some sort of low jack on this thing.
Can I do an engineer roll on that to see if there's anything that seems out of place?
That would actually be a survival check.
Survival? I can do that. Anyone have a better survival than 2?
I think I have it at a 1. Let me double check. Yep, 1.
All right. 2 survival. It's a 1.
You get a whole 1, I see.
A whole 1.
So you don't find anything on a cursory search. If you want to do a deeper search, it's going to take you a little while, but right now the ship is being hailed by the Templar Navy.
Uh-oh. Well, I think we should not run yet, because that'll definitely get their attention. But if it's something about our cover story, it'll look less suspicious if we let them, hail us.
All right, yeah. I mean, get ready to run like hell anyways. Is there a shortcut or something we can find in these wonderful maps that we have?
That would be the maps would give you a bonus to your piloting check if you're trying to find a shortcut. Yeah.
All right, so let's prep that, and then we'll open up comms, and I'll see if I could stall.
Okay.
Or you can, yeah.
Or San Ming can try and stall.
Yeah, San Ming should to keep the cover story in case it's still intact.
Yeah. I'll answer the hail.
Okay. And you're pulling up the maps, Sticky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. The naval officer says, "Stand by and prepare to be boarded."
May I ask what this is concerning?
It's concerning several outstanding warrants regarding you and your vessel.
We paid our fine.
This has to do with a much more serious charge.
And what charge would that be?
Fomenting rebellion. Stand by or be prepared to be fired upon.
Okay, can I gun it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try this baby out. Gonna roll piloting again.
Yeah.
That's a 2. Once more.
We have 2 in the crew pool.
We do. I have the aspect stay off the radar. Is that anything?
So you're gonna spend one from the crew pool for that?
Yeah. I only have 1 refresh. I don't, I'd rather save it in case I need it.
So that puts you at a 4.
Yes. They got a 2. Good thing I spent that extra.
Ooh. Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so you gun it. They take off in pursuit of you, but they're lagging some distance behind, and you can try to pilot a shortcut with your star maps and maybe leave them even farther behind. You get an automatic +2 on this one because of your super maps.
Oh yeah, nice. Chill.
Come on.
Yeah.
8.
An 8.
Yeah, baby.
The Kessel Run.
I think that is the highest roll. Is that the highest roll to date?
I think that's the highest roll we've gotten this whole campaign.
Yeah. Amazing.
So. That's an amazing roll. You are skimming so close to stars and other gravity wells that your ship's alarms are going off, but you don't actually suffer any damage as you are zipping your way towards the border, and they're going to have to take the long way around, basically. So you've managed to lay in a course that is practically impossible to follow.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, you may want to search the ship a little more thoroughly than...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll survival again.
Oh man, all this because we helped that little weird alien boy. I love that.
That's a 3.
I got a 3 on this survival check.
Okay. Yeah, you do find a homing beacon on board the ship.
How big is it?
It's pretty small, actually.
I crush it.
Yeah. It was hidden up under one of the consoles in the engineering session.
Yeah, I crush it and let the team know. Yeah, found this. It's gone. They can't track us now.
So now they're definitely not going to be able to find you because they can't tell exactly where you're going.
I say we cross that border and get out of here, and maybe not cross back for a while.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, so blasting across the border is going to be a little more tricky because they have ships that are there to interdict you if you do it. If you don't stop at their border checkpoints, right?
Graucom, that sensor you broke immediately. Do you think you could unbreak it?
Maybe. Why? What do you want to do?
If we can attach it to something and send it out just before we're approaching one of their stations, maybe they'll buy us a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. I can I use jerry rig again?
Yeah, you can. Because it's a mess. You smashed it.
You wouldn't have been able to use it until you broke it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, we're better off because I did it. All right, good. And that's an 8.
Holy cow!
I turned it into its own duplicate ship, and we have an exact replica of the white elephant.
You made a scale model of the white elephant and put it on, and they're gonna chase after like, wow, it must be a mile away, and then it's gonna hit their windshield.
So Graucom grabs the little bits off the ground, turns around for 1 second, turns back, and hands him the thing, and it's in perfect condition. It looks the exact same as it did before.
All right,
is this will this work?
All right, nice. You show offs. Let's do this.
So yeah, you send that. You're going to attach it to like a little.
I think that when I did it, I somehow made it so it produces its own like it. I don't know. It has like air compressor attached to it, so we can just like release it and it'll send itself out.
Yeah.
With an 8, it's self-driving.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, you can do that, and it'll drive off into space, and you guys head in a different direction, and are going to hit the border after those other ships are chasing after your signal. Is the idea, and with an 8, that's totally what's going to happen. So,
awesome.
Yeah, both of those rolls were amazing.
Yeah.
So you shoot past the border. Setting off the perimeter alarms and stuff there, but by the time they figure out that you've gone by, you're way into frontier space.
Nice.
So yeah, scratch the Templar Empire off of some place that you can go. So
yeah.
So, well, your captain also managed to get us our next big gig. I mean, me. I'm the captain now.
Oh, really? Because that wasn't clear.
Well, I mean, because of the confusion with the cover story, I thought maybe you didn't understand. Oh, you're being a jerk. Oh, I got it. So this one is one of your favorites, San. It is an unpaid gig. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do. The hacker that helped give us our cover story gave me this mysterious suitcase that I put no effort into investigating. So we got to drop it off to some dude.
The right thing to do, huh?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, right? Like, he did us a solid, and he hates the Templars, and they hate us, and I don't know. My gut tells me to just do this one.
And you don't know what's in the suitcase or where it's going.
Nope.
or what it's being used for.
I do know where it's going. I am a professional. I did get most of the address. And we're going to just drop it off. We're not going to investigate it. We're not going to open up the strange coolant container to find some monster that's going to bind itself to Graucom. We're just going to make a delivery. That's it.
And you don't know what it's going to be used for.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm going to open it.
Yeah, but you're not going to, though.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to open it.
I don't think you're going to open it. I think we're going to just deliver this. We're going to do our job once.
I'm going to open it.
What are you, Graucom?
I'm Graucom. Okay. He's. I am very much in the court of. Okay, here's son. If a package is coming to you and it's being delivered, do you want your delivery person going through it? Because that's what we've done with every package we've delivered so far, is violated the privacy of every person.
I don't order packages that contain bugs that are gonna enslave people's minds.
Oh, that's absolutely fair, but you don't know. So on the off chance that every package we ever have is a brain bug, you're going to open them all?
I'm not going to open all of them, just the suspicious ones.
What if it's a package that contains some sort of drug that prevents you from becoming a giant furry monster? Huh? Why do you get to judge what's okay and what isn't?
Oh, San is our moral compass. Haven't you learned this yet?
Being whatchamacallit sarcastic.
Yeah, maybe self-appointed moral compass.
Correctly, but it doesn't matter.
Well, it depends. Is this thing that stops people from turning into giant furry monsters going to Thald, or is it going to a planet where giant furry monsters eat people?
I know I introduced this analogy, but I already lost it.
The point is, tools themselves are not evil. I don't think mind bugs are necessarily evil. The people on that planet seem to get along fine with them. My problem was with installing them on unwilling participants.
So what about opening this package do you think will have instructions inside that say, this is for nefarious purposes?
All right, fair enough. We can scope out the buyer.
Oh, can we just deliver?
No, we're going to scope him out.
I think we're going to just deliver it.
I think we're going to scope out the buyer.
No, I'm feeling like we're going to deliver. As far as I'm concerned, that's the last week.
This guy's fighting.
Not even fighting, just announcing what we're going to be doing.
Right.
Yeah, when we get there.
All right.
Poor Graucom.
I know. And Graucom, what is your reaction to all of this?
Graucom's like going in the background. Like we'll have a montage of you two basically going back and forth, like over dinner, like putting forks in your mouth, taking them up, like we're getting the pack, we're delivering the package, we're scoping out the person, and Graucom's in the background like doing dishes quietly. He's cleaning up around the place. He's just kind of staying out of it while everyone else does their arguing back and forth.
Nice.
Yeah. I think he's trying to stay out of it as much as he can. He said his piece. He won't, Graucom just wants to do the job. That's all he cares about is getting the package, dropping the package off, getting in the ship and moving on. That's all he cares about.
In the midst of this bickering, can I uninstall the program that automatically sends the ship to a transgalaxy headquarters if we're not on it?
Yeah, go ahead and make a
systems
check.
-2. What the?
We used up all of our
timers
to activate it, and it readjusts your course to the nearest transgalaxy station.
God damn it!
Is there one outside of the border?
Well, we're already
you're outside the border.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Like I didn't know if it was just turning us back. around and just sending us right back into what we just spent all that time escaping.
In this case, no. Luckily for you, you've been flying in the frontier zone for a week, fighting with each other. So, yeah, it takes you down towards another a small planet. You can't manage to turn it off until it takes you down and auto lands you. So, you've ended up somewhere.
That's fine. I'll get us back on course.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly just take off again if you wanted to, but you do have an empty hold. So
Yeah, let's pick up a cargo. Why not? Something that's going to the same place we're already going.
sounds good to me. What does everybody else have to say about that?
Like it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So it brought you down to this planet, and it landed you on the top of this tall spire sticking up out of the surface of the planet. A giant sort of sandstone mesa, very tall and thin. The station is on the top of it, and you can see all these people walking around. They're very bug-looking people. Down below, sort of off in the distance, you can see what looks like an electrical storm moving by.
All right, we're near a Galaxy station, obviously. So
yeah, there is in fact a Transgalaxy office here.
Let's see if they've got something real simple for us. And I should also probably file my report saying that we are no longer allowed to go back to the Empire. But I will not file that report. I should, but I won't.
You won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not right away. Maybe when we're in the next place. I'll just refuse any jobs that are going back the other way.
This station is manned by one of these bug people. He looks like sort of an upright cockroach.
All right, my man. Or whatever. We're looking for a job to get us back into Galaxy Center.
He says, you are heading back to Galactic Central Point?
Yeah.
Excellent. We do have a delivery that is needed.
We have a vessel that can make a delivery. What is it? We'd like to scope out the project before we accept it.
This is a matter of fine crafted woodworks.
Oh, what's the scope of these woodworks?
Well, they are quite large.
I scope that. I scope it. I'm trying my best to irritate San. Is it working?
San is studiously ignoring you.
That's frustrating. All right, listen. We have had problems with art in the past because apparently it's really easy to fake art. So is this going to be okay, or is this going to get us arrested?
He says, well, it says, you don't know what gender it is.
Yeah.
No, this should not get you arrested. The locals here, we tend to craft these woodworks using and integrate technology into them so that it is hidden. Its ugliness is hidden from sight, creating beautiful interactive items that off-worlders seem to like.
All right, great. I guess we'll take the job.
Very good. The sculptures are down at the bottom of the spire. You will have to ride the elevator lift down there to pick them up.
All right. Hey, if I were to send you a message right before leaving to deliver back to the home office, would you do that like after we're already gone?
He says, well, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, it does, right?
Why not?
Okay, good. Let's go.
What sort of message is this?
Just a long list of crimes. It's complicated. You don't need to know.
Crimes. Nods knowingly.
All right, yeah, I'm ready to ride down.
Okay.
In
So
the
you head
elevator,
over.
as soon as the elevators, right before the elevator doors close, I look up at San and like, I was trying to annoy you by using scope a lot.
Oh, were you?
I love when Sticky gives up trying to be subtle, so he explains the joke, and then immediately becomes the part of the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys get down to the bottom. It's much hotter, and there aren't as many off-worlders here, and you seem to be getting what I guess would count as a dirty look from a giant upright cockroach. It's hard to tell. They do not seem to be pleased that you're down here. And but you do see that your cargo there. It's all boxed and not exactly boxed. It's got all these like shock resistant struts and things all around them. They're all and then they're all sort of like wrapped up with cellophane plastic sheeting.
Graucom, how do we know that this isn't actually a secret way to get little mammalian things to strap on the backs of bugs and take control of them?
There's no way of knowing, actually. I think we should just do the job.
Yeah. I think this might be a reverse bug thing from last time.
Yeah. It's entirely possible. We could stick you on the back of one of these if we needed to. I'm sure you could do something.
I would love piloting a giant bug
cockroach.
That'd be great.
Graucom sees the stuff, and he's just gonna walk right up to start figuring out how to start bringing them over to the elevator.
Okay, you move them all onto the elevator, and it starts. You can start your slow way back up. It's one of those giant flat sort of like power lifts, right? It's just a platform that goes up on a track up the side of the spire. And as you are slowly moving your way up, you can see all the locals are hurrying and going inside as a storm begins to move in.
Oh crap. Where everyone seems to be scattering. Thoughts?
Oh man, I don't want to be locked in the ground with all these things and new things. Oh come on, can we make it out of here in time? What if we overload the things and just book it into the ship?
You could try to speed this up, although it seems to be fairly weight based.
Yeah, I mean, I feel just from an engineering standpoint that's a very bad idea, and that if I were to mess this up, it would kill us. So
all right, kill us. But the alternative is being locked up for how long do these storms usually last, Guy?
There's nobody on here but you three.
Oh, is there anyone nearby at all? Shouting distance?
You're gonna yell down there. How long do these storms last?
Yeah.
One of the guys who's running into the building says, "No more than an hour or two."
I'd rather die.
I'd rather die.
All right, fine. We'll wait.
Okay, so you're gonna go back down?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah. So I'll flip the switch to send it back down slowly as the
storm is rolling in. You can see it's as the storm rolls over some of the like low mud buildings that are built here. You can see like static electricity building up on them and then zapping up into the storm. It doesn't seem to like have any rain or anything. It just seems to be like an electrical storm of some kind.
Stick as things that are covered in fur and capable of conducting a lot of static electricity. I think we need to move.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay, so you hurry inside one of the buildings. Yeah. The people inside seem a little surprised when you burst in. It looks like their house.
Hello. Sorry. I'm Graucom. This is Stick and Son. We are just trying to stay out of the storm for a bit. Do you mind if we stay here for a little while? Ride this out with you.
They say, "Well, the storm's almost here, so you're going to have to stay." And they shut the door behind you.
Oh, thank you very much.
They offer you a greenish brown paste to eat.
Graucom immediately eats it without thinking. Just great. Yeah.
Very nutritious, lots of protein.
He's got it on his muzzle, licks it off.
Right. Sticky,
Son.
you gonna eat it?
Son will have some taste.
Yeah.
As soon as Graucom doesn't die, I'll have some.
Yes, yeah, Graucom does not die. Yeah, it's a little bitter, but otherwise inoffensive.
So do you get these storms a lot?
Yeah, they're all sort of sitting around looking at you.
Yeah, trying to make small talk.
Yeah. They say, they come through every day or two. Well, the other one says, the worst is the beetles that ride on the storm.
Is that like racism for you people, or is that like are they, or what, like,
Oh, they're
is that
very
like a different
small.
kind of
It's like
person?
this size, and he puts his fingers close together.
Oh, I thought they were like full like you guys. I thought they were just like, you didn't like the Beatles, those jerks from the other side of the. Never mind.
No,
What do
but
the
they
Beatles do?
They're attracted to magnetic and electrical sources.
And do they eat them?
No,
Or-
but the discharge from their body can disrupt systems.
What if the thing's turned off?
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay,
good. Sigh of relief.
Where's our ship?
At the top of the spire, the storms don't reach that high.
Oh, good. All right, cool. Sorry if we seem a little jumpy. We've just started a lot of revolutions recently, and it doesn't really,
Are you in need of a revolution? Because we seem to be able to bring those pretty easily.
If they could smile and nod, they would.
Wait a minute. Huh.
They seem to be indulging you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
They don't quite get what you're saying. So, yes, the hour or two that you spend in their house goes without incident, although it is somewhat boring. One of them gives you a book as you leave.
Oh, thank you very much. And
He says, use this. It tells you the true way.
the true way. I'll look into that. Thank you.
My eyes bug out for a second at the idea of Graucom learning religion.
Right. And they wave at you as you leave.
Mm-hmm.
The true
And as
way.
you get back over to the cargo, you can see there's like little beetles crawling all over it.
Well, that probably means it's electrical.
It does also mean that if we want them off there, if we can come up with any way to send an electrical discharge in a different direction, they should go.
Yeah, that seems
clear.
like a reasonable hypothesis. Do you want to rig
Do we
something
have anything?
up? There's some like equipment around here. It's all turned off at the moment.
I'm just gonna
Loading.
then I'll just look for the nearest on switch and just flip it.
Yeah, a lot of the beetles then fly off of there and land on the loading skiff.
Yeah. Then I'll start the elevator up if that's
Okay.
about it. And
More of
if
them
the
fly
beetles
out onto
are
the
harmless,
elevator.
just let them go.
Yeah, more of them fly out onto the elevator, and you can see some sparks around the engine.
Oh, they can disrupt that, huh?
Yeah. Actually, a couple of the locals come running up with like what look like brooms made out of sticks and start smacking the machinery and knocking the beetles off of it. Some hands you a stick.
Yeah, I'll take it and start whacking away myself.
So you basically managed to get the beetles off of there.
Yeah. So yeah, use that. Thank you. Wave the stick and the book.
And
Thanks.
the book, yeah.
Yeah. The true way.
Yeah, it looks pleased when it sees that you have the book, so.
Yeah.
All right, so you can easily get yourself back up. Yeah, it's all clear now.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll just hit the
back to the top.
Echo. Perfect.
And you can load all these contraptions onto your ship. It does fill up your cargo hold pretty nicely, since your cargo hold is relatively small.
Mm.
You have to do a little bit of adjusting to get them all in. And that's actually probably where we want to stop for tonight, too.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. We got our next job. We got our cargo loaded. We're ready to go. And I have a new religion.
You do.
I can't wait to learn more about it. And which means, Brennan, you're going to have to come up with like a philosophy for me to learn.
I think during downtime for the next week or two, however long, you should come up with some bullet points, Alex, for what you think the bug religion is.
Oh,
I will say
I love that.
They are anti-technology is one of the so.
Okay, yeah. Actually, Brennan, send me some basic tenets, and I will finagle a religion.
All right, awesome.
All right, I'm actually super excited for this.
All right, awesome.
This would make a very interesting Discord game where everybody has to yes and the line before it.
Oh God.
Right. So like you make up a rule that is internally consistent with what we know about them, and then somebody else has to add something, but it has to yes and like follow up and not be obviously contradictory to the thing before.
Right.
And we can make the 10 commandments.
The 10 commandments of the religion. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I'll send you some info. I mean, I'll post some info on Discord about the.
Yeah, and we can figure out how we want to do it. But I'm excited to create a religion. This is gonna be very fun.
Yeah. All right.
I can't wait for a religion it's a religion by technology hating bugs. This is gonna be really fun.
Hey there, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend and leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really does help spread the word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, and over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at Non-Productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. Thanks!
This has been a Non-Productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.